What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, a.k.a. That Sports Gamer here, community manager for Out of the Park Baseball and the MLB Manager series from Out of the Park Developments. I am here with my associate. Which way is it? That way. Over there. Jeff Sherman.
What's going on?
At jsherm23. 23thoughts.com. Not only a great mind in sports, but more importantly, fashion, which is why I brought him here. Today is Wednesday, February 10th, 2016, which is the 16th anniversary of the Seattle Mariners making the most important trade of their franchise's career. I guess franchises have a career. This is when they got the great center fielder Mike Cameron from the Reds, as well as Brett Tomko, Antonio Perez, who did he ever even play, and Jake Meyer, who never made it to the pros, for some aging 28-year-old center fielder named Ken Griffey Jr., who I don't know if anything ever became of him or if he ever played well.
Ended up being pretty good, I think.
Most notable for the Swingman line of apparel. I think that's the most important thing he's ever done.
Pretty close.
Apparently, this Antonio Perez guy was... Wait, what? This Antonio Perez guy, I'm following his baseball reference. On October 28th, 2002, he was traded by the Seattle Mariners. Are you ready for this, Jeff?
Yep.
With Lou Piniella.
Wow.
To the Tampa Bay Devil Rays for Randy Winn.
Wow.
I don't know how that's possible.
Did you also know that in 2005 he was traded for Andre Ethier to the Oakland A's?
I'm more confused about how he and a coach got traded.
You don't see a manager traded too often, do you?
You know, this was going to be a show about Ken Griffey Jr., but I'm very interested in this whole Lou Piniella, Antonio Perez thing.
I mean, it's just uncommon, right? You just see a manager get fired. You never really see him get traded.
Every once in a while, they get like a pick for him, right?
Right. You get like compensation. I've never seen him traded straight up for a player.
And they had to throw in Antonio Perez as like a sweetener for Randy Winn. I don't understand.
That could be one of those things where we may never have an answer to.
I mean, it could be a thing where Baseball Reference is just broken.
No. I mean, that honestly, I don't even remember that. 2002.
Like, I remember him. Like, he did coach the Mariners, and then he coached the Devil Rays.
Right. How he got there, I just assume he was fired. And in 2001, that's when the Mariners had the best regular season in the history of baseball.
Yeah, so...
Question is, if you go to Lou Piniella's Wikipedia, what do you see?
That's what I'm trying to find now.
There had to have been some type of falling out.
But how do you trade a coach for players? Also, Lou Piniella made a cameo in the 1994 film Little Big League. Segue. Ken Griffey Jr. was in Little Big League. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Following the 2002, Piniella requested out of his final year with the Mariners to manage the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. As compensation, the Devil Rays traded outfielder Randy Winn to the Mariners for infield prospect Antonio Perez.
But if you were just coming off of an 116-46 season, best record of all time in regular season, you lose the Yankees in the first round, what makes you say, no, I'm good with this, I'm going to go coach the Rays?
Lou Piniella, born in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
So he was in his, maybe 60s?
I mean, who was on the 2002 Devil Rays?
I don't know. But then he left anyway, and he went to coach Cubs later. So it wasn't like he was retiring there.
Right.
Jeff, let's just talk about Ken Griffey Jr.
Let's do it.
I don't know. This Lou Piniella thing has got me for a loop, and I don't know what to do with it. But yeah. 16th anniversary of Ken Griffey Jr. getting traded to the Reds.
Yep.
Which is funny because I immediately thought he was absolutely terrible with the Reds. I feel like that blowing out his knee, rounding home in spring training was like the first spring training with the Reds. But I was apparently way wrong.
Yeah, his first year, he was actually very good in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he hit 271 with 40 home runs and 118 RBI. I had literally had no idea. And made the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Is that like when Adam Dunn was coming around? No, they still had... Oh, they had some of my favorite players. Oh, that Reds team. Guys, 2000 Reds might be a team to play out of the park baseball with. Benito Santiago, Sean Casey, Pokey Reese, Barry Larkin, Aaron Boone, Dimitri Young, Ken Griffey, Dante Bichette, Michael Tucker on the bench, Eddie Taubensee. I mean, this is Chris Sexton. Why do I know that name? I'm thinking Richie Sexton.
Chris Sexton, no.
No. Hal Morris was still there. Brian L. Hunter, maybe? Not the regular Brian Hunter. I could be wrong.
Not H. Hunter.
Ron Vallone, Steve Paris, Rod Bell. This is Denny Nagel was there.
Not bad.
Danny Graves, Pride of New Jersey. Is Danny Graves from New Jersey? Or did I make that up?
I think you just made that up.
Correct, Florida.
But all things considered, All-Star, 40 home runs, off to a good start, right?
Very good start. Even the next year, he went 286 with 22 home runs and 65 RBIs before he got hurt.
Yeah, before he got hurt, and then after that, I mean, it was just 3 or 4 seasons of just injury.
Right. 3 years of, what was it, 70 games, 53 games, 83 games.
I mean, if you add those 3 years combined, he hit 38 home runs. He finished...
which would be a year for him, in theory.
Yeah, no, it was 22, 8, and 13. So, I mean, if he finished at 630, I mean, if he had 3... Ken Griffey years, I mean, he's knocking on the door of 660. He's passing Willie Mays.
I feel like this is some sort of sim that needs to be done.
I
Also,
wonder if there's a tool that could do that.
There is, and great news, on blog.otpdevelopments.com, coming up in the next couple of days, there is going to be a blog post by @EasyNarc on Twitter. I just realized what his Twitter name was, like, as I read it in here. EasyNarc. I get it.
Nice.
He did do a sim of Ken Griffey Jr.'s career if he did not leave Cincinnati. So, that's very interesting. So, Jeff, we're of the same age.
Right.
We don't need to say that.
Nope.
Was Ken Griffey Jr. one of, like, the first baseball players you followed?
He was. I mean, he was more than just a baseball player. He was like the first kind of cult icon baseball player where off the field he was just cool. You know, the backwards hat, the swingman Nikes, the home run derby. He was bigger than the game.
I want to see if I can get swingman Nikes, like, now.
I think they still make them.
I need to look, because those are pretty sweet shoes.
But he was kind of the Jordan of our time.
I mean, he was in the same time as Jordan, but...
Right, but I mean, he wasn't necessarily considered the greatest of all time, but he just transcended the sport off the field.
And until his injuries,
yeah,
you could say he was going to be the greatest of all time.
He was, but looking at his numbers, he only had 1 MVP.
I know, that's... I mean, and this is funny, because this is something that we discussed, like, on Twitter. I feel like every couple days, where it's like, look at this MVP race. How did this happen?
Right.
I want to go look at the 1994 MVP where he came in second to Frank Thomas, who hit less home runs than him.
Yeah, actually, I mean...
Though Frank Thomas hit 30 points higher than him. You know what? Let's not argue this one. Yeah, let's not argue this one. Right, Frank Thomas deserved that one.
But if you go back and look at 1997, where he won the award, which he should have, he hit 304 with 56 home runs and 147 RBIs. You know, I mean, he had the exact same year, the following year. He hit 284 with 56 homers and 146, and he finished 4th.
Yeah. Also,
partly because Juan Gonzalez basically hit 157 RBIs.
Yeah.
But...
And those were the years, like, home runs were just happening all the time.
You hold that against them for only having 1 MVP.
Yeah. And you think a 56 home run season would get you more than 4th.
Yeah, it was Juan Gonzalez, Nomar Garciaparra, and Jeter, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Nobody's heard of those guys ever since either. Weird.
No.
I don't know. I think Ken Griffey Jr., one of the greatest players of all time. He's still, even with those terrible seasons, which are almost like, literally those 3 seasons could be erased and turned into 1 season, still ends up with 630 home runs.
Do you even acknowledge the 1 year he spent on the White Sox?
No, I try to forget that happened. The year he spent on the White Sox is like that time he was at his son's was a college football game, and he was taking pictures, and it was a very unflattering photo that they took of him.
Yeah.
I try to block those both out of my mind. But this is why I do like the Mariners, because they did bring him back to let him finish out the career there.
He was actually pretty good the first year he came back.
Yeah, he still hit, 19 home runs for him?
Yeah.
In 117 games?
That's serviceable.
I mean, he hit 214, but you know what? Nowadays, that's not really terrible.
The Yankees would probably give him $10 million a year.
They probably should. They should bring him back now. Come on, it's only been 5 years.
Yeah.
And then classy that he retired like in the middle of the season. No,
Yeah, I mean, I think he kind of knew when to step away, which was, some players just don't.
that's something you always got to respect.
Right.
We
But
did discuss swingman. Very important to clothes.
I mean, has there been another baseball player to have a cleat?
Well, Derek Jeter, right?
Yeah.
Also, when I was a little kid, I had the Big Hurt cleats.
It wasn't the same, though. It wasn't the same.
But you got to remember, Griffey had not only cleats, but he had like outfits, like wardrobe. I don't think he is swingman. Oh, well, technically, isn't Jeter wearing swingman stuff?
It could be. Or, no, he's part of Team Jordan.
Ah.
He's Team Jordan.
Maybe at the beginning he was swingman before he became Team Jordan.
But Griffey had the air bubble. He had the Air Max. He was the first one to do that. He wore the high tops. I mean, he was just cool when baseball really wasn't cool.
Yeah. And he, kept baseball in Seattle, which was kind of a big deal.
It's kind of the reason why Safeco Park probably got built. Not playing in the Kingdome anymore.
And Nintendo bought them.
It's a great game, by the way.
Sure.
Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball?
Also a great game. Let's see. Was he ever traded again? I don't think so, right?
No. Just the twice.
Free agents. No. He was traded by the Reds to White Sox.
Yep.
So, yeah. I don't know.
But
Ken Griffey Jr.?
Is his greatest accomplishment the 3 home run derbies?
I think so. What, he went back-to-back and then another?
Yeah, he's only one of 2 players to have back-to-back. The other one being Yoenis Cespedes 2 years ago.
Has anybody won 3?
No, just him.
I mean, Cespedes still has some time. Actually, there's a bunch of guys that, if we don't get the NBA slam dunkification where people just keep backing out of this stuff, there's some guys now that could easily win a couple. Like the Bryce Harpers of the world.
Right.
Will they? They'll probably back out.
Well, I mean, Todd Frazier won last year. You never know.
Yeah. Well, now he'd have to win for the AL.
Right.
Oh, did Griffey? What years? No, they were both AL on. Well,
yeah.
All 3, right?
All Seattle. Yeah.
Oh, and Griffey's the one was at Camden Yards, right? Did he win that one?
He hit it onto Utah Street.
Yeah.
But he hit it off the warehouse.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, personally, top 5 players of all time.
5 to a player of our generation, or like all time?
Let's just go our generation.
Our generation, absolutely.
I might put him top 3.
Yeah, I would. I mean, he did it clean too. So if you're one of those people that want to get into the PED debate, he did it clean, at least so we think. I'd say he's top 3 of all time, for sure.
And my top 3 is like him, Chipper, and someone. I mean, I guess I got to put Jeter. You know what's funny? I was listening to the Sleeper and the Bust fantasy baseball podcast.
Yep.
With Paul Spohr, who's going to be on next week's stream. They were talking about, was it Asdrubal Cabrera? How he was always, a couple years ago, he was always on the web gems. But the reason was because he couldn't get to any balls, so he always had to dive for stuff.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter syndrome.
Derek Jeter up the middle.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up the all-time Angels and all-time Mariners rosters.
Oof.
Because we're going to play this game. What I need to do is make this not look terrible for the stream.
Can I make a disclaimer for the stream?
Sure.
I grew up 20 minutes from Angel Stadium, and I hate the Angels, so I'm about to bash the all-time Angels.
I don't know why you do that.
Not a fan.
I mean, you live right there. You should have been a huge fan.
I should have. The Angels in the late 80s were just atrocious.
We're going to go Mike Witt versus Hisashi Iwakuma. What are your thoughts?
God. I'm probably going to go with Iwakuma. I've seen Mike Witt pitch, and it was not a memorable experience.
I feel like I don't remember Mike Witt. I remember Bobby Witt.
Basically the same guy, just with a mustache.
Okay, let me see. All right, so... Oh, come on. How do you not like this Angels team? We got Dick Schofield at short.
Yep.
Garrett Anderson in left. Trout in center, obviously.
Yep.
Salmon in right.
Yeah, can't argue that.
Gloss at third. Beast. Kendrys Morales as DH.
Wow.
Mike Napoli as catcher. Bobby Grich at second. And Jason Thompson at first.
Notable omission, Wally Joyner.
Let me check the bench. Is he on the bench? Troy Percival, Bob Boone. Wally Joyner is on the bench. So,
Yeah.
Gary DiSarcina also on the bench. Sean Figgins.
Darren Erstad.
Bobby Bonds and Sean Figgins are the Bobby Bonds, Sean Figgins, and Leon Walker are the bench outfielders.
You're telling me Darren Erstad's not on this team?
Hey man, don't blame me. Blame Cooperstown.
Wow.
Who I'm gonna try to get him on here. What about Jim Edmonds?
Jim Edmonds he started off with the Angels and he was good, but I think he had most of his good years with the Cardinals. Darren Erstad was a 200 hit guy for the Angels. That's
where's
surprising?
I got to check the Red Sox, but where's Mo Vaughn?
Oh.
No love for the Disney Angels?
Angels in the outfield.
Let me tell you about this rotation, though. Let me do all pitchers here.
Got to be Chuck Finley, number one.
Dean Chance, John Lackey, Andy Messersmith, Frank Tanana, Mike Witt, Brendan Donnelly, Ryan Duran, Chuck Finley, Ernesto Frieri, Donnie Moore, K-Rod, Jordan Walden, and Troy Percival.
There's also a huge notable omission from this list.
Mark Langston.
Oh, there's this guy called Nolan Ryan. That was pretty good. He pitched 8 years for the Angels, won 138 games.
I wonder... I think he doesn't have guys triplicated, so I wonder if he's on the Rangers or the Angels. Not the Angels. Rangers or the Astros.
I made the argument that, when Diamond Dynasty came out with Nolan Ryan on the Astros, or was it the Rangers? Don't remember which one. His best years were with the Angels. He threw the most no-hitters with the Angels. He has the most wins with the Angels, most strikeouts with the Angels.
It's one man's opinion. All right, Seattle Mariners all-time lineup, as per Cooperstown, which is a guy from the forums. Which, this is amazing that we have these lineups. Ichiro leading off, playing right field. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Carlos Guillen at short.
Did he really hit 377?
Who, Ichiro?
No, Guillen.
No, I think this is just in the season.
Oh,
this is his average. Hey, Carlos Guillen was a certified beast for a short time.
Hey.
I'm going to pull him up right now, Carlos.
377, he's knocking on Ted Williams' door.
Can I see his lifetime stats from here? Real life stats. Carlos Guillen hit 280-something. Hit 320 in 2006 with Detroit.
Beast.
Hit 320 in half a season with Detroit in 2005. Hit 318 in a season with Detroit in 2004. He's pretty legit. First off, I don't know how he makes the all-time Seattle team.
That's pretty good.
He hit like 260 with Seattle, but return to game. Alex Rodriguez, you may have heard of him.
Decent.
Ken Griffey Jr., Why We're Here. Weird. This thing only has Ken Griffey Jr. at 4.5 stars, but it has Ichiro and A-Rod at 5. I'm going to have to talk to this. We have to find this Cooperstown guy and talk to him. Jay Buhner, DHing.
Yep.
Whoa.
Edgar Martinez?
Whoa. Also, the CPU will do something, so we'll see if Edgar gets in here, but let me just make sure. He's got to be on this team, right?
If he's not, then let's just shut it down.
He is not on this team. We're going to have to find this guy. He's got Harold Reynolds, Mike Blowers, Jim Presley on the bench. Ozzie Guillen, Franklin Gutierrez, and Dave Henderson on the bench.
Franklin Gutierrez, but not Edgar Martinez, huh?
Dave Vale, Dan Johnson, Alvin Davis. All right, yeah, we got to find this guy. I question all of his decisions now. Let me check out the pictures. Eric Hansen. Dude was like 9'10", right?
Yeah. Beast. Brett Boone.
Kinnelon, New Jersey, for Eric Hansen. Who knew, right? Let me get back here. Felix, Hisashi Iwakuma, Randy Johnson, Jamie Moyer, David Ardsma. Is he still the first player in the baseball thing?
He is. He actually, I think, he just signed with somebody else the other day, so he's still in the league.
Nice. Bill Caudill, Norm Charlton, Michael Jackson, Brandon League, Arthur Rhodes, Kazuhiro Sasaki, and J.J. Putz. J.J. Putz was legit for the Mariners. I don't remember. I feel like, how do you have Norm Charlton here and not on the Nasty Boys?
Yeah, the pitching's not that bad though. I mean, forgetting Edgar Martinez is criminal.
Yeah, I gotta find this guy. If anybody knows Cooperstown, all right, Jeff, I will let you sign off if you'd like while I take over this game.
Yeah,
I mean, or you can hang out if you really want.
Yeah, hang out for a little bit.
All right, let me make this look nice. We're getting this weird crosshatchy thing again, which I'm a huge fan of, because it doesn't look like this thing's broken at all when I do it. For some reason, I don't know if it's XSplit causing it, or something with the computer, just messing up the look of the stream. Or the look of the game. OpenGL issue or something. Whoa. Hopefully the game's not too loud. Because that's making noise. I think we're good. All right. Let's see if anything changed. Schofield, Anderson, Trout, Salmon, Gloss, Morales, Napoli, into catch, Grich, Thompson, Suzuki, Guillen, A-Rod, Griffey, Buhner, Phelps, Boone, Cameron, and Vale. Ooh, Cameron gets in. Interesting. Who we got? Iwakuma facing Schofield to start the game. The Angels are 22 and 27 this season. Interesting. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Or did I change the speed? Because last time I was realizing that all this stuff was going way too fast and I could not read it quick enough. And that was a big problem for me. Winds blowing left to right at 8 miles an hour. Iwakuma's got a 5.16 ERA. Not that great. Schofield steps to the plate. Batting .245. No home runs, 7 RBI. The pitch, low for ball 4. So, leadoff runner for the Angels. Look, these last couple games, it's been like real bad for the home team. I think they've won, but they've always had to come back. Iwakuma with a runner on first. The stretch, the pitch. Hit hard down the right field line. Suzuki sprints towards it, and it's base hit for Anderson. Advancing to third is Schofield. Anderson gets a double. Come on, Ichiro's got to be faster than that, right? Second and third for the Angels with Mike Trout coming up. Trout's only hitting .237 on the year, but 3 home runs, 16 RBIs. 1-1 pitch, swung on, lifted to right field. Suzuki gets under it for the out. Schofield coming home, and he's going to score. Ichiro's got a cannon, though. Why couldn't throw him out, right? Upsetting. I feel like Ichiro's going to be the hero of this game, though. Let's wait for it, but I think he's going to be the hero. Tim Salmon up, 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded hard to the right side, snagged by Boone. Sidearm throw to first, and Salmon is retired. That's like, I think Marcus Giles was the second baseman for the Braves team. Very weird. Garrett Anderson goes to third. Yeah, this crosshatch thing is so weird and very frustrating. Troy Gloss up with 2 outs. Iwakuma looks in, gets the sign, sends it, swung on, driven in the air towards the gap in deep left center field. Back to the track is Cameron, reaches out and catches it for the 3rd out of the inning. Wow. I can't believe Ken Griffey Jr. didn't take that. Seems weird to me. Because Griffey would have crashed into the wall for it, right?
Broke his wrist.
Wow. I feel like Ken Griffey Jr. is like a young Bryce Harper. Playing a little out of his mind from time to time. Right?
A little bit.
Ichiro leading off for the Mariners. Mike Witt. I really can't remember Mike Witt. I remember Bobby Witt with the Rangers. Ichiro hits a towering pop-up near home plate. Easy play from Mike Napoli for out number 1. Carlos Guillen hitting .337 with 3 home runs and 18 RBIs in this league.
MVP.
It must be. It must be up there. He gets the walk from Witt. That's respect right there. A-Rod probably going to put one out. Make this game. 4 home runs, 28 RBI. Witt gets the sign from the stretch. Delivers. Swung by A-Rod. Line drive to shallow right. In comes Salmon to make the catch. Tim Salmon was he... I know he was good. But was he better than good?
I think, yeah, he was.
8 homers for Griffey. 27 RBIs. Ground ball to the first base line. Thompson there to field it. And he gets him for out number 3. Actually throws a second for out number 3. I lied. Wait, what? Can I replay what just happened there? Replay play-by-play. Oh, I can. Griffey swings. Ground ball along the first base line. Spills out of his glove. That's a hard word to read when you're trying to read. Runners on first and second for Jay Buhner. 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Witt with the stretch. Swings. Hard hit ground ball to the left side. Dick Schofield's got it. Throws it across to get out number 3 of the inning. No runs. No hits. 1 error. 2 left on. Kendrys Morales for the Angels. 16 contact. Bounces one to the left side. Guillen grabs it. Throws it over to Phelps for out number 1. Guillen reminds me of a not as good Miguel Cabrera because he did the I went from shortstop to third base to first base kind of thing.
Probably better glove, though.
Yeah. Napoli hitting 157 with a home run. 2 strikes. Iwakuma into the windup. The pitch. Napoli swings. High bouncer to third. A-Rod has it. Takes his time with the throw and gets him at first. 2 down for the Angels. Bobby Grich to the plate. Hitting .294 in his rookie year. 0-1. The windup. The pitch. Swung on. Line to left. A 2-out single for Grich. Grich? I assume I'm saying that right.
You are.
How the Grich stole Christmas. 2 on for Jason Thompson. Hitting .138. That's under the batting his weight, I guess. Hits fly ball deep to center. Ken Griffey Jr. gets there at the warning track, and he's there to put it away. Ken Griffey Jr. You hit a ball to Ken Griffey Jr. on the warning track, and it's kind of pointless because you know he's going to catch it. I wish, like the Willie Mays drill where you run and the coach throws you 3 balls?
Yeah.
I wish they had a competition between Ken Griffey Jr. and Andrew Jones to do that.
What about Torrey Hunter?
A little too flashy for me. Mike Witt strikes out Ken Phelps for the first out of the bottom of the second. Brett Boone swings, dribbler to short. Schofield grabs it, fires it to Thompson in time. Boone grounds out 6-3. 2 outs for the Angels on the top of the second. Bottom of the second. Cameron is kicking himself for chasing strike 3. That's going to do it for Seattle in the bottom of the second. Top 3. Schofield's up. The windup. The pitch. Schofield swings. Down to third. A-Rod scoops, throws, gets him out. 1 down. Next up, Garrett Anderson. I always thought he ran like a horse. Iwakuma peers in, gets the sign, fires, cut and missed. He challenged Anderson with a fastball and struck him out. 2 down. Trout with the 0-1 pitch. Tapped on the ground towards the pitcher. Iwakuma over there to field it. Throws it to first. And he gets him to retire the side. This goes a lot faster when there's someone else here. And I'm worried about you saying something. Dave Vela. Line drive. Out towards shallow left center field. And it drops in for a base hit. Ichiro up with a runner on first. 2-1 count. Witt stretches, checks Vale, kicks and deals, swung on. It's a big bouncing ground ball. Down to first base line. Thompson holds it in cleanly. Steps on first for the out. And over to second with it. Vale slides the tag, and he's safe. You know why? Because he didn't yell tag. That's something they always teach you on a double play like that. You yell tag. And in the play-by-play, it didn't say it, so we didn't do it. Carlos Guillen up with his monstrous batting average. Hits a grounder down third base line. Gloss up with it. The throw to Thompson. And that's out number 2. Do you think Gloss got that one from the seat of his pants?
Absolutely.
Who was traded for Roland?
Scott Rowland?
Yeah, was it Gloss? When Gloss was in Toronto?
That's a good question. I'll look it up.
All I remember is Scott Rowland never got his new. He didn't get his new cleats in time, so he still had his Phillies cleats.
No, he was traded for Troy Gloss to the Blue. Yep.
Yeah.
And then he was also traded to the Reds for Encarnacion.
Edwin? Huh. Who knew?
Who knew?
Stepping in is A-Rod to lead off the bottom of the third. Not leading off the bottom of the third because there's 2 outs. Rodriguez shot the shallow right hit, and it's in there for a base hit. Over the third goes Vail. Vail on his way home, he scores. A-Rod ties the game with a run-scoring single. 91 score. I feel like I remember the Dave Vail card. Also, I'm pretty sure it's Valley.
It is Valley. I just don't know why I haven't corrected you.
I'm wondering myself. A-Rod goes for second, but Napoli throws him out. Napoli's cut down 6 runners in 33 attempts.
Wow.
Not bad. That ends the inning. Come on, A-Rod. Who's the third? Can I see who the third base coach is for this team? Awful. Salmon stands at the plate. 2-2 count. Iwakuma ready. Into the windup he goes. The pitch. Swung on, driven on a line to short left center field. Cameron on the run, and he handles it for the out. You know, having Cameron and Griffey?
It's a pretty good outfield.
Who's in right? Ichiro? How is anything hitting the ground? Gloss up with 1 out. Slow dribbler towards the pitcher. Iwakuma moves over and gloves it. And he's got him at first. Morales is up next for the Angels. With a swing, fastball hit on the ground to the right side. Boone gathers it in, and the throw to first. I wonder if Aaron Boone is on one of these teams. And by one of these, I mean it's either the Reds or the Yankees. Ken Griffey up with his face gen Fu Manchu. Full count, ball 4. Griffey trots to first on a leadoff walk. You know he did that smug walk like from Little Big League. Buhner up. Who is Buhner traded for?
He was in the Yankees.
This is why I need a second guy here to answer these important questions.
J. Bone Buhner was traded. Well, George Costanza traded him in Seinfeld, but
True.
In real life, he was traded for Tim Foley and Steve Kemp.
Tim or Tom?
Tim Foley. But then he was traded to the Yankees for Rick Balaban and Ken Phelps.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. Because Ken Phelps is on this Mariners team. Yeah, Night Attack. I don't know why it's doing this weird glitchy thing. I thought it was because it was a 720p issue, but I don't know. Also, Buhner walked. Phelps got a hit. Gritchy's out by half step. Boone grounds into double play. That's great. Excellent way to kill that rally. Game's tied. 1-1. Going to the top of the 5th. Yeah, I don't know what's with the... Yeah, if you watch the stream, Jeff, later, if you go back and watch it, there's this weird, like, thing that happens. I'm going to have to try to figure out what that is. Napoli comes up to bat. Iwakuma steps to the rubber. Tugs at his cap. Looks in for the sign. Check swing. Napoli's going to get a walk down to first base. But I see... Like, I don't see the lacing thing, so it's weird. 3-1 count to Gritch. Bunts it toward third with a 3-1 count. A-Rod barehands it. Throws it a second. Throw is high. I guess I missed the guy getting on first base. Miscue. Napoli goes to second. Napoli at second. Gritch on first. Jason DeThompson coming up. None out. 2 on. Thompson squares. Bunts it to the mound. Iwakuma fields it. Fires to the third baseman. Out there. He throws it to first. And they got him for the double play. Risky play by Iwakuma. Gritch moves to second, but they get 2 outs. Dick Schofield. There was 2 Dick Schofields, right?
No.
I'm thinking Gary DiSarcinas.
You're thinking of Gary DiSarcina.
Schofield pops up to short. That's going to end the inning. Cameron up to lead it off in the bottom of the 5th for Seattle. Hits a little tapper to Gloss, who gloves it. Throws him out at the first. Dave Valley. Why was I saying Vale? Because it's an A and an E.
Valley.
Yeah. Hits it deep towards the right center. Trout chasing after it, and he's going to be there to make the catch. It's Mike Trout. A lot of great outfielders in this little thing going on right now. Suzuki 0 for 2. Hard shot on the ground towards second. Fielded by Grich. Throws it to first. Terrible throw. Skips past Thompson. That's going to be an error. Ichiro ends up on second as the ball bounces out of play. Witt delivers to Guillen. He got under it in foul territory. Napoli measures it, and he's got it to retire the side. Still 1-1 after 5 here in beautiful Seattle. Top of the 6th, Anderson up. 1-2 with a double. 1-1 pitch. Anderson swings, grounded sharply to the right side, and he gets it into right field. Trout's up with Anderson on first. Ball 4 from Iwakuma. Taking second is Anderson. Mike Trout, 19 speed. Beast. Tim Salmon, 14 power, 16 contact. But he gets 0 contact on that one as he strikes out. Gloss up, 2 on, 1 out. Hitless in 2 at-bats. Liner hit hard in the air to deep center field. Griffey chases it, but he can't run it down, and it drops in and bounces off the wall. Anderson scores. Trout takes third. Trout's going around, and he's going to score. Oof. The Angels score 2 on the Troy Gloss double, and that raises the season RBI total to 24. Los Angeles jumps out to a 3-1 lead.
Yeah.
A little tapper from Morales out to Iwakuma. He picks it up, throws him over to first to get him at first, which is where he would get him out if that's where he threw it. Napoli up, runner on second. A 1-0 count. Iwakuma deals. Napoli swings, driven hard to the gap in deep left center field. Chasing it is Cameron at the track, but he's just out of reach. Gloss is going to score. Napoli chugs in a second. Well ahead of the throw from Cameron. Napoli knocks on another with his double. Angels up
bullpen
4-1. You got to get the Angels to bullpen warming up. Iwakuma's already up to 92 pitches. Seems about the right time to start looking to make a move. Bobby Grich 1 for 1. Iwakuma deals strike 3. That's going to strand a man at second as they end the inning. That's Iwakuma's 3rd strikeout. Angels get 3 runs and a lead 4-1. Bottom of the 6th for the Mariners. A-Rod leads off against Mike Witt. Witt's only at 80 pitches so far. It's into the windup. 3-2. A-Rod swings. Humpback liner to right. Salmon won't make the catch. And A-Rod has himself a base hit. I wonder if he's going to try to steal again. I don't think so. Why are you going to try to steal with Griffey? The pitch. Rodriguez is running. It's a strike to Griffey. Napoli fires at second. And he got him again. That's 3 of 34 runners this season from Mike Napoli. You got Ken Griffey Jr. 21 power. I think the scale only goes to 20. What are you doing? Griffey swings, hitting the air to center. Trout's there. That's going to be out number 2 for the inning. Jay Buhner. Witt gets the sign, kicks, pitches. Tight curve at the knees for strike 3. Ugh. He's going to strike out Jay Buhner.
That's about all I can take.
Jeff, thank you for joining us.
No, thank you.
We'll be sure to have you back again sometime.
All right. Go Mariners.
Let's get Jeff out of here. Guys, if you want, you can follow Jeff on Twitter at jsherm23. Make sure you check out his blog at 23thoughts.com. That's the number 23thoughts.com. Jason Thompson up for the Angels to start off the 7th. He's hitless in this contact. 1 ball, 1 strike. Iwakuma from the windup of the pitch. Swung on. Slow bouncer to the right side. Phelps reaches to his right. Grabs it and throws to Iwakuma, who's hustling over to cover. Thompson's out for out number 1. Schofield up. He's got 2 cracks without a hit. 2-2 count. Schofield. The wind up the pitch. Swung on. Line drive. Base hit to center. He's going to stay at first base. Anderson digs in. He's 2 for 3 with a double. Anderson hits a soft line drive towards second. He's got a hit. Schofield's going to take second. Runners on first and second for Mike Trout with only 1 down. Uh-oh. Taking the mound is Arthur Rhodes. and his huge earrings. Mike Trout looking to do some damage here. Double play ball to short to Guillen to Boone to Phelps. And that's going to be 3 outs. Rhodes comes in, gets the job done. 7th inning stretch time. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never come back, for it's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. I bet no one thought I was going to sing that whole thing, did you? You didn't. But it did. All right. Ken Phelps leading off the bottom of the 7th for Seattle. He's got no hits in 2 at-bats. Full count. Witt gets the sign from Napoli. Swings and delivers home. Ball 4. Phelps swings. I meant winds. That's going to be ball 4. Phelps goes down to first. Brett Boone up. He's also hitless on the night. From the stretch, 3-1 pitch. Boone shows bunt, makes contact near the plate. Napoli, like a cat to make the play, fires it down to second for Phelps. He knew the play was there and gets him for the first out of the inning. Witt at 100 pitches. And it looks like he's coming out of the game. Brandon Donnelly in for the Angels. Night Attack, I'm going to ask you to let Jeff know. I will be just a couple minutes. I'll let you know when the stream is up. If you guys don't know, at the top of the hour, there'll be a Franchise Hockey Manager 2 stream with developer Jeff and community manager Adam. Donnelly comes in, gets Mike Cameron swinging for strike 3. That's going to be out number 2. Valley comes up with Boone on first. Seattle bats with 2 outs. The stretch, the pitch, the swing, hard ground ball through the box, and it rolls into the outfield. Boone heads into second. Ichiro coming up with runners on first and second, and 2 down. Three-two pitch. Runners on the move. Swing. Line drive down the right field line. Salmon on the move. Ball drops in. Skips towards the corner. Boone scores. Valley hustles to third. Vale scores, which is the same guy. Ichiro gets a double and cuts the lead to 4-3. Told you at the start of this game, Ichiro was going to be the hero. Did I not? Ichiro on second. Carlos Guillen up. He's also over 2 today. 1-1 pitch. A ground ball to the right side. Gritch fields it. The throw to first, and they get him. But it looks like Bobby Gritch was hurt on that play. He's going to have to come out of the game. But that is 3 outs. And not before Seattle scores 2 runs. The Angels still lead 4-3. Tim Salmon up for the Angels. Hitless in 3 at-bats. Rhodes looks in. Winds. Fires. Salmon checks his swing, but he didn't hold up. Strike 3. That's out number 1 for the Angels. Next up is Troy Gloss, the power hitting third baseman. He's 1 for 3. Gloss swings. Bouncer out to the shortstop. Guillen makes the easy pickup and throws over to Phelps for the out. 2 down. Kendrys Morales. Kendrys? It used to be Kendrys. Must have changed it. The pitch swung on. Hit line down to right field line. Suzuki sprints for it, but it's going to be in there for a base hit. Morales races around first, and he's going to be there at second with a stand-up double. Up now, Napoli with a runner on second and 2 down. And it gets past Valley. Valley. Over to third goes Kendry Morales. Napoli up with a double and an RBI. Pitch on the way. Napoli swings. Popped up on the infield to the left side in foul territory. A-Rod measures it, and he's there to make the grab. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and runner left on. Score still 4-3 Angels. Now coming in for the Angels, K-Rod. Coming into pitch of the 8th. Interesting. And he's going to walk the first batter he faces in A-Rod. A-Rod, please do not try to steal. Coming in Chuck Finley to face Ken Griffey Jr. I love it. I love it. I love it. Playing the scenarios. Lefty, lefty. Griffey swings, grounded weakly out towards the pitcher. Finley fields it over to second for one. But the good slide makes no relay possible. At least A-Rod didn't try to steal again. Griffey at first, Jay Buhner up with one down. Now coming in Ernesto Frieri. He's got 7 Ks in 10 innings. Buhner's hit list so far in this game. Frieri sets, delivers. Buhner with the swing, popped up high in the air, out towards short. Kennedy under it, waiting. He squeezes it in for the putout. Ooh, Adam Kennedy came in to second base. Defensive replacement. Beautiful play. Griffey on first. Ken Phelps up to face Frieri. Phelps 0 for 2 on the day. 3-2 count. Pops it up in the air on the infield. Routine for Glosson. He has it. It's going to be out number 3 for the Mariners. Top 9. JJ Putz in a pitch for the for the Mariners. Trying to keep this a one-run game. Give them a chance to come back in the bottom of the 9th. Adam Kennedy leads off the inning for the Angels. Very high pop-up out towards second base. Boone calls for it, and he's got it for out number 1. Jason Thompson up. He's 0 for 3 in this game. Pitch from Putz. Struck him out with a slider. 2 down. Schofield up. He's 1 for 3 on the game with a walk. 2 gone in the 9th. The windup, the pitch. Schofield swings. Ground ball past the mound. Guillen dives, and it's through into the outfield. Putz was looking for an easy inning, but it just got a little bit harder with Garrett Anderson coming to the plate. Schofield's off for second. Ball 1 low. And Schofield's going to be in there with a stolen base of second. Garrett's gone 3-4, the double. 1-1. Putz out of the stretch. Delivers. Anderson swings. Popped up. Third base side and foul ground. Under it is A-Rod. And that's going to do it for the Angels in the top half of the 9th. Alvin Davis coming into pinch hit for Brett Boone as the Mariners look to try to do something here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Also, Troy Percival in for the Angels. Been a beast. 30 Ks in 23 innings. 9 saves. Davis is only hitting 143 as a pinch hitter. Percival toes the rubber. Davis swings. Hot shot on the ground. In the hole to the right side. Kennedy gloves it. Throw to first. And he's out. Out number 1 for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 9th. Mike Cameron in. He's 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. The kick by Percival. Cameron hits a hard grounder to the left side. Schofield lunges, and it's into left field. The tying run is on first base for Seattle. Valley's up 2 for 3. 1-0 pitch. Hit well deep center after it is Trout, and he's there to haul it in for out number 2. But it's so deep that Cameron goes out there to first. Cameron goes out there, tags up, and makes it to second base. It's getting interesting right here, folks. Percival does the little squinty thing in. Cameron on second. Ichiro up. 1 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. This is the time for Ichiro to win the game right here. Percival gets the rubber. The pitch swung on. Ground ball near the first base line. Handled by Wally Joyner. He's over to the first base with it. Ichiro is retired, and that's going to do it for the game. Great game between the Angels and Mariners. I thought Ichiro was really going to come back and be the hero right there, but it seems I was incorrect. Take a look at the post-game wrap-up real quick before we get out of here and let Jeff and Adam hop on with the FHM stream. Garrett Anderson, 3 for 5 with a K. Anybody else have more than 2 hits? Nope. 3 for 5. Doubles by Napoli, Morales, Gloss, and Anderson. Double from Ichiro was the only extra base hit by the Mariners. 6 1/3 from Mike Witt with 3 Ks. 6 1/3 from Iwakuma as well with 3 Ks. But Akuma let up 4 earned runs. Witt only 2 and 1 by Donnelly. And the Mariners go down to the Angels. Well, this was fun, guys. Make sure you follow Out of the Park on Twitter at OOTP Baseball. Also, you can follow them on Facebook slash OOTP Baseball as well. Also, if you're watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button down there to be subscribed and be notified whenever we go live. Also, we put all the archives up over on youtube.com/OOTP Developments. What else? OOTPdevelopments.com. Make sure you head over there. Soon, we're going to be having news about OOTP 17. So make sure you go over to OOTPdevelopments.com and sign up for the newsletter. That's where you're going to hear the breaking news first. So much good stuff to talk about. I can't wait to do it right here. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. With Fangraphs.com writer Paul Sporer talking about 5 players going into spring training that can have a huge impact on this season. I will see you next week, guys. Take it easy and have fun. And hit me up on Twitter sometime. Take it easy, folks.